Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blood and Popcorn. We've got another horror movie for you tonight to celebrate this holiday season in the most festive of ways with, of course, one of Blood and Popcorn's favorite colors, red. With me, as always, the lovely, the talented Demogorgon, Denise Pantoja. Denise, welcome. How you doing tonight? You excited?
Thanks. Great. I am. This is my first time watching the original. Also, I thought you were going to say black because, black Christmas, but red for
For the
holiday
blood.
and the holidays.
Yes, that too. That as well as the other thing. But yeah, we've got a fun one for you tonight. This one was boy oh boy of pretty intense. 1974's Black Christmas. Denise had a hand in picking this one. She was like, you know what, I want to watch the original. I've never seen it. And you know what? She did. She watched it.
I did.
She's got it. Denise, tell us a bit about this this holiday treasure.
Hashtag yikes because, oh, what? My God. Okay. 1974. It's the holidays. We have a lot of very strong characters, especially Margot Kidder's character. Barbara, was it? Wow. Like level 20 bitch. She was amazing. What a saucy, young, sexy Margot Kidder. Loved it. And there is a pervert stalking and eventually murdering them over the couple of days leading up to Christmas.
Pervert is the right word.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
100% the most accurate description of the killer in this movie.
I was like, it's funny because I hadn't seen it before, and then I was like looking for quotes to use in socials, and some of the things that the killer says, and that's why I called it vulgar in one of our tweets, but you can't really hear it because he creepily kind of like whispers and whispers them and like has this sort of like demonic voice. So you don't hear all of them, which is good because they are offensive.
Yeah.
And even by today's standards, I was creeped the fuck out. Like, holy crap. What a well done movie. Like, it was not what I expected. It's like a missing persons movie for like the first half.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's like a detective story in this. Like, it's definitely like a real hard thriller. This is like this feels like an OG Scream, level murder mystery.
Yeah.
And, like, it's got a decent body count, but man, like it's a very tense film. Like, for me, cinema didn't begin before Halloween, pretty much. So, so it's like
this was actually Halloween is very heavily influenced by this and all slashers from beyond. Like people, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but people like now as we've revisited it now are saying like what a staple, what a foundation this movie set forth for the modern slasher.
oh yeah, and you can feel it all the way. Like the roots run deep, and the roots run deep on this one, and you definitely can see some influence. The whole POV angle is something that I've wanted to try for a long time. Like, we made a series for Machinima back in the day called Game Over. That was a POV like action video game series, and that
Wasn't
was
the working
wild.
title POV?
Yeah, it was actually working title was POV. And I just really like it. I'm usually not big on like the thriller suspense horror. I'm very into like the slasher, and you get to know them and you feel like you
get right into it.
yeah, like, I mean, this gets right into it. Like, we meet the killer. Well, we meet his POV at least very early on in this movie, immediately, which sets the tone in like a big way for like, oh wow. Like, but the thing I didn't quite remember was that this movie takes place over days. Like, it's not like in that way, it has that like Scream vibe to it, or I should say Scream has that Black Christmas vibe to it of a nice long narrative whodunit. Like, that's like a big chunk of this movie. It's that whodunit element, and I absolutely love that. I think that's so cool.
Oh yeah. Um It was a very, I think I said this already. I mean, I know I said this beforehand. I'm not sure if I said it on camera yet, but it was a very thoughtful horror movie, and I'm I'm wildly impressed with it. I think it holds very strong today. Um, like wow, it was just so well done, and it was based on that old urban legend of the babysitter and the caller in the house,
Yeah.
which actually is based on so the filmmaker is Canadian, who
Bob
wrote,
Clark.
yeah, I wrote and produced it. Was he producer and writer, or director and
Writer was
producer?
written by Roy Moore.
Okay, so he
Um,
was producer and director. And the actual, it's a very popular theory is that the actual oh cool. Hey, thank you for not working, internet. The actual son of a biscuit. Sorry,
what's not
my
working over there, Denise? What?
it's just it's my I'm trying to talk about this, the urban legend, and it wouldn't let me click on it.
It's a
Binche.
tragedy.
Binche.
While you
Yeah.
look that up, I'll drop a little fun fact here for the
Like
folks at home,
here.
folks listening at home. So the director of this movie was a gentleman by the name of Bob Clark, and
Old
if you
Bobby.
don't know him from Black Christmas, you may recognize one of his other holiday classics. Can you guess what it is?
Is it White Christmas?
It's a
Sorry.
Christmas Story.
Fuck out of here.
Bob Clark directed the family fucking classic 24-hour TBS marathon, Ralphie shooting his eye out,
What?
motherfucking Christmas Story.
Oh my God. That's amazing. I
Crazy.
am, wow.
Dude works, man. He
Wow.
did Baby Geniuses. He did an episode of Amazing Stories. Yeah, man. Porky's, like the Porky's movies.
That's amazing.
Man, what an insane career that is. Like dear God, what an insane career that is. He wrote A Christmas Story as well.
What?
He did not write Black Christmas, but he did produce it. He also produced Popcorn, but he was uncredited for that. Popcorn's another one of my favorite horror movies.
Oh,
But yeah, man. Yeah, I just read that
damn.
and I was really taken aback by the fact that the guy who directed and wrote A Christmas Story put a
That's,
plastic bag over a young lady's head and suffocated her to death and then kept the decaying body in the attic where she lived.
I mean, to be fair, he wasn't, well, actually,
Damn.
we don't know if he was the murderer.
Damn.
We don't know if it was Bob Clark.
Well, yeah, we don't know who at the end.
Hey, put that spoiler in chat just in case you're new to the show. This is gonna spoil the hell out of this movie for you.
Oh yeah,
Um,
and we are going to be talking about some sensitive stuff tonight. This movie is
very
hard
sensitive stuff.
R. It is very violent, very vulgar,
Mm-hmm.
and very 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 dark. Like I said earlier, I
Yes.
don't like these kinds of movies, and I don't get anxious during horror movies. Like to the point where like when I was a kid, I'd watch horror movies all the time. My parents thought I was crazy.
Uh-huh.
However, this
Me too.
movie gets
My
like
mom was so worried.
deep. Like you feel uncomfortable in the room. Like you feel uncomfortable watching it. It's so feels so real in the suspense and tension that they create is just
Mhm.
kudos to Bob
It's
Clark.
it's so well done. Also, oh, you know what? I think we probably should eventually, now that I think about it, we should put in a trigger warning. Um, command as well, and we will do that next time. So trigger
Yes.
warning. I am, when I'm talking about some base stuff, so we are gonna mention the R word. So if it's uncomfortable for you, come back in just a couple minutes. So the babysitter and the man upstairs is actually based upon, actually, you know what, I don't even have to say it, I don't have to talk about it, so we're good. It's based on a real murder in 1950. A 13-year-old babysitter was murdered, and that's where it says it is said that a lot of these urban legends come from. But more on that in my true crime podcast, because that's inevitable. It's going to eventually happen. I don't know for sure, but wouldn't it be lovely to join the army of true crime podcasts out there?
I know
I have always
not,
been fascinated, though.
there's not enough of them, in my opinion. What the world needs now is more true crime podcasts.
Listen, I am a sucker for autopsy and forensic files. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, back to the movie. So it has a lot of, basis in reality, little foundation there, but it also talks about, trigger warning, abortion very openly. It's 1974, and one of the characters has informed her boyfriend that she's pregnant and does not wish to carry on. And like, they have a full-on conversation of very from her end, like, he's super against it, but from her end, it's a very adult, a very thought-provoking conversation about why she can't continue on with this. And even now, I feel like we still struggle with those conversations today, but it's kind of amazing that this is like in the middle of this horror thriller. Like, it was just an interesting piece of the story for me as a viewer.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's
bold.
And two, I think what's really interesting about this movie is it's coming right as the wave of iconic slashers is about to hit the scene. You never see this guy. Like, you catch glimpses of his eye, but
you actually see his face once,
a little bit,
partially.
Like, it's still mostly in shadow. Like, they do a real interesting job with that. This is just like, and I think that's one of the reasons it's so creepy to me is like, you don't have a ghost face, or you don't have a Freddy or a Jason or a Michael that you can put the evil on. You could be like, well, Michael Myers is the bad guy. I know who the bad guy is. They really take care to, one, give you several suspects that could be doing this, and two, like, not reveal the killer. We know he's a white dude, and that's about all we know. But to
I was going to make a joke about that, but I'm not going to.
But I think that I think that it's like not knowing in the fact that it could literally be anyone. Like, this is a movie about a dude who breaks into a sorority house and murders a bunch of young women. Like,
he's not a monster. He's not superhuman. He's just a guy who, and I say this because of the manner in which he communicates with them. He sounds like he's probably psychotic, or sociopathic. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about the character, but either way, he's a murderer, and it doesn't seem like he is, or he's doing it just to scare them, and he's not. He laughs a lot. There's a lot of laughing, and that's kind of what's scary. It beckons and obviously we all know so much more about mental health nowadays. So it's a bit I don't want to throw around those words that we should really take care to not necessarily throw around like we did before. But for lack of a better term at the moment, he sounds creepy, scary, like perhaps he has, in the typical 70s, 80s fashion, escaped from, a mental asylum and started murdering people.
Yeah, no, it's got that vibe. It has that
nice.
It has that Norman Bates vibe, that Psycho vibe of like someone who's doing multiple voices because they are like Norman, like mothers in his head.
Dude.
And that's a big deal. But yeah, this is it's unsettling. Like, and there's some really harsh language too. Like,
yes,
this really takes. But what I honestly think is like someone that dangerous would use language like that. You know what I mean? Like
oh, for sure.
This is something he's into, frightening these girls and really put the scare on him, and he does that. And he scared me too, Denise.
I listen. one of my, and I'm sure there's a lot of things as we go on that'll just add to my list, but one of my, in addition to children, sorry, children, um, one of the things that creeps me out the most is when a person or a character changes those voices. You know, like even Mrs. Voorhees, when she starts talking like Jason, that
Yeah.
me no likey. I don't like it. No, thank you. Check, please.
It has like a very otherworldly vibe to it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like people, this is
Oh,
what I
like you
sound
said,
like,
demons too. Yeah, like
Yeah,
very.
yeah, this is what I sound like most of the time. Um, I love doing voices. I've done voiceover in the past. It's my favorite way to be in a project is voiceover work. But there's just something about like someone who's ping ponging various things. Just like, oh man, I keep using the word unsettling because that's what it is.
It's
It's an
perfect.
unsettling piece of cinema.
Right, because it's also the transfer of uh excuse me, you're going from, a character, and then there's also a character that it answers to inside of their
Yeah.
own head, so it's unsettling is the perfect word. Like, and I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Like, I was very, very interested in figuring out, and of course you think it's the one thing, and obviously it's not, or one person. I mean, um, but I don't know. I mean, I was actually really surprised because they go a whole night. Like, there's a murder, they go a whole night without a murder, a whole
Yeah.
day, and you wonder what is this killer's motivation, and you never get any of those answers. You never get any of the answers about who they are, why they're doing what they're doing, and that's okay, but it leaves sort of like this, like, itchy feeling on your
Yeah.
skin where you're like, ooh.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I really love the POV work, the killer cam stuff. It's really effective. It's funny though because like to get that effect back in the day, like there's a dude with a camera that's fucking this big with film
The
cam
huge
on the
camera,
back,
like,
and that's why
yeah.
like when he's tearing up the attic, you see just the left hand knocking stuff over. It's always just the left hand coming into frame. In the POV show that we did, I strapped a GoPro to my head and I did one of the scenes. It was basically like you were an actor slash cam op,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a pretty interesting way to make movies. When you have a camera on your head, you have to like make sure the camera's pointing. But
Yeah.
this, like, to keep this going while you're interacting with the set and like keeping it on where you want it, like it's hard, man. It's a hard job to do, and kudos to the cameraman who did that scene.
100%, and it's so effective.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my goodness, it's got, is this on IMDb? It's got 71% on Rotten Tomatoes and 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb. I feel like it deserves a little more.
For a horror
But
movie, that's pretty good.
that is pretty good. That's pretty damn
Especially
solid.
something that's this kind of vulgar and violent.
Yeah. Well,
Hard
and
R's are tough to get good reviews on, especially in the early days. When the Siskel and the Eberts were around, like they did not like movies like this.
mhm.
Critics did not like movies like this. They pushed way too many envelopes to have anyone, really give this like this is a outstanding piece of cinema. Like in retrospect, horror fans, and I'm sure even some cinephiles could look back on this in a historical fashion and say, "Wow, yeah, this was really kind of ahead of its time."
And that's
Um,
exactly what's been done. Like, prior to this, it had a certain uh a why are words so hard for me? It had a particular view, or it was viewed upon in a particular way. And since we've gone back, like, people are like, no, yeah, this was incredibly important for the horror genre.
Yeah, no doubt there. And I think like a movie's kind of only as good as its cast, and I think this one had a really solid cast. Like you might recognize a couple of these cats, like Olivia Hussey. I don't know. Margot Kidder,
Hussey?
obviously. John Saxton. These are people who worked. These people did work
Mm-hmm.
in the industry, and it's it's all really well acted. Like, because again, like it was a different time. Like acting was different in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Like what the
Yeah.
perception of a performance wasn't always a hyper realistic portrayal of a character.
It's
It was
continually evolved.
melodramatic and
Mm-hmm.
big and, tap dancing on a stage, like, with Grace Kelly, you know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
acting has evolved, but for what era this movie came out in, the acting is really, really good. It's all
Yeah.
very realistic and believable, for the most part, and I really like that in a movie like this.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
It sucks you in.
So it what?
It sucks you in.
Oh, I was like, it sucks seeing.
It
What?
sucks seeing acting this good. You hate it. You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
um, so Reginald Morris, who was the cinematographer for Black Christmas, was also the cinematographer,
You're
that
doing great.
guy for A Christmas Story. Thank you. And Porky's.
Yeah, well, like I
Look at
said,
that.
Bob Clark did Porky's and Porky's 2 as well.
Um,
That goes to show you the caliber of director that came out of this movie. Like,
yeah.
you know, those are some classic comedies. Like Porky's is a classic dirty comedy, and it spawned a whole franchise. I think up to 4 or 5 of them they did.
Well,
Um,
and then and two, I don't think people get. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. We're gonna
no,
share
go
something.
ahead, jump in. I'm done.
I don't like. I think we're starting to a little bit, but I don't think people really appreciated what horror did for not just actors, because you're like Kevin Bacon, Johnny Depp, like they all started out in horror movies, but Dean Cundey is like a renowned cinematographer, and he did Halloween.
Yep.
You know, Reginald Morris did Black Christmas, and then went on to do like all sorts of other. I think he did all of the Porkies as well. Um, the Hitchhiker TV series. He was DP on 5 episodes of that. Um, but I think that we're now hopefully starting to give the right amount of appreciation for what horror puts out, what it has put out, and the kind of careers that it helps kickstart.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt like the Wes Cravens of the world and the John Carpenters of the world thought they were going to make some sort of cinematic masterpiece that would be etched in the annals of history alongside Gone with the Wind and Doctor Strangelove. Like, I don't think anyone. I mean, I know I like the horror that I like to write. Like, it's never like this is going to break the mold. This will be
Right.
remembered in time. But sometimes when you're aiming for something very specific, you create something very specific, and it goes on to outlive your career. It becomes legend.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think that's I think that's what any of us, like any filmmaker, any creator can hope for, is to create something that becomes so special and meaningful, and that can take a lot of different shapes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but to create something so special and meaningful to a large audience of people, that's their legacy. That's their life.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think one of the things to remember as a creator is, even though like, John Carpenter wasn't necessarily meaning to make something that has lasted for decades and means so much to a certain group of people,
Yeah.
just like Friday the 13th was an answer to Halloween. It
Yeah.
was literally, we want to do that. We want to make a film like that, and we want it to be, box office successful. But Friday the 13th has also um, carved its own wonderful spot in that timeline of
Yeah.
of really impactful horror movies.
Yeah. I agree.
Um, but like you were saying, I also love the POV, and it happened super quick, like probably within the first 10 shots, because we have a POV of the house, and then we see somebody going in and we see through the windows, and then all of a sudden it switches to the POV. And it is, you can tell obviously that Halloween was very influenced by that,
Yeah,
because
Friday the 13th and the same, like
mm-hmm.
killer view cam.
And it's interesting how they went about it, because it looked like it was a wider, sort of almost distorted,
Yeah, like a fisheye almost.
yeah, viewpoint. And then obviously it got a little more honed in as time went on. But like, what a really cool, and they were the first movie to use it as extensively as it was used. And then, you know,
I
like
thought
I
it was
said, encourage
interesting
other people.
the switch between, like, because we really only got that POV in the stalking phase, like
Mm-hmm.
which again you see, but it's like it's not like, Michael Myers' childhood kill where we actually see the knife coming into frame and stabbing down. And I think that was a really interesting choice too, because it might have, in 1974, it might have been too much. Like, there is, I can't recall what it's called right now, but there is like a full POV horror movie out there that's a little older.
Okay.
I want to say maybe Elijah Wood remade it. I don't know. I could be making all this shit up. What do I know? But anyway, it's interesting to go to that like cinematic view
Mm-hmm.
once the killing begins. Like, I'm going to stalk you. I see you. You're my prey. And then we're back in the movie to watch the action of the murder occurring. Because, and maybe you can like get real philosophical with it, but like, we're just, as the killer is witnessing his murder through his eyes, we, the audience, also bear witness to these atrocities from our
Mm-hmm.
point of view. And there's something about that makes you feel very helpless.
Oh yeah. And whether they meant it to or not, what an intelligent way to look at something like stalking, to look at it from, because this isn't just a hack and slash movie.
Mm-mm.
Like you said, it's a thriller. It's leading us on this journey with both sides of the story, right?
Yeah.
Even though we don't have the girls' POV, like, we feel the terror when you're like, okay, I hear something, nobody's answering. Is everybody dead? Um, and then there, even though it's like voyeuristic, seeing through the killer's eyes, I feel the terror for the characters he's stalking, and it helps present the unsettling feeling even more.
Yeah. It really,
But
it's well executed. I found a fun bit of trivia.
mm,
So
share with us.
if you ever saw, if you were, when you were in high school, did you ever see the Romeo and Juliet like movie in your English class? It was like of the time. It was like 1968. Like, it was an older movie, and it starred Olivia Hussey as Juliet. This is the one that I
Oh,
thought was
really?
Angelina Jolie, and I always forgot. But this is the one we saw in school. Like, this is
You're
the
a
one they
couple
showed
decades
you in
off.
English class. Yeah. And when she was met with producers for Roxanne, the 1987 movie Roxanne, Steve Martin was like, "Oh my God, Olivia, you were in one of my favorite movies of all time," and she assumed it was Romeo and Juliet. It was actually Black Christmas.
What?
Was one of Steve Martin's favorite films,
Oh my gosh, how
according to
wonderful.
IMDb trivia, at least.
I love that. And you know what? I was actually incorrect. It's I was talking about Bob, but it was Roy who wrote. I mean, obviously we said he wrote it, but he's Canadian, so his inspiration was The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs,
Mm-hmm.
and and the um and the true crime case of uh poor, I want to get her name correct, but I'm not going to be able to get it because there we go. Janet Christman, or Christman. Anywho,
I
it's
wish
if you're
Glenn had
interested in
been
true
here.
crime.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
know, because he's such a big 70s fan. I was going to say, if you're interested, like, look up The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. If you're interested in true crime, duh, they let the killer go. Okay, again, that's for my other podcast.
Yeah, but
I
no, I
know,
wish,
because
because he like, feels so similar to Halloween, and I
mm-hmm.
know that he's not like a big lover of that movie. I wonder how he would have taken to this
It's
film if he's already seen it, maybe. But I'd love to
it's
get his
because he
input.
hates
I think
John.
he's back next week. I think,
I believe so.
hopefully.
But
But
it's
we'll
because he
get his
hates John
thoughts.
Carpenter more than anything, I
Yeah,
think.
he can't
Yeah.
stand the guy. No. Coming to the merch shop, 2022. Yeah, man. I think the score in this is really good as well. It's got some really good stings and moments that really elevate the vibe. Having Christmas music like Silent Night in a horror movie is eerie all in its own. Like
Yeah.
it's a bag of eerie.
There's a very dissonant sounding "Oh Little Town of Bethlehem" playing in the
Oh,
background
it's awful.
when yikes, the character of, is it
Johnny Two
Marcy?
Thumbs.
No,
Yeah.
Claire. When Claire's father is waiting for her to show up, it kind of hit me in like just the wrong way.
Yeah.
Margot Kidder as Barb was golden.
Great.
Like holy shit. She has some of the best lines, and a lot of them are in the first part of the movie because I think she's basically wasted for the last part. But I want to get some of her lines. I'm going to look for a couple of those. I thought I was going to remember it. There's like the first great line she she tells her mother over the phone, and you can hear it in the background while there's another scene going on, and I want to find that because
Yeah.
it's delightful.
I think she calls her a gold-plated whore.
A gold-plated something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a real gold-plated
You're
whore
a
mother
real
or something.
gold-plated whore mother.
Because
70s insults were great.
Oh my gosh. What does she tell? She tells him to go stick his, because she talks to the guy who's making the calls. She tells him to go stick his tongue in
An electrical socket.
an electrical socket, because then it'll get
That'll give
it's
him a
on
charge.
IMDb. That'll give him a charge. Oh God, you're good. Are you reading it?
No, I'm not.
I was just trying to remember. Damn it, TJ, how do you remember it?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know what I can and can't do or why I remember things. My brain is so fucked up that I don't even know.
Oh man,
I don't even know what's up and down anymore.
You're like
that line was
on
like
it.
right in there.
It was really good. Let's see.
Yeah, it was really good.
I'll go with quotes. Are you continuing on with trivia? That'll give you a charge. That's funny.
That'll give you a charge. I couldn't find any more trivia. I'm out of it. I was on IMDb. I read my one piece of trivia.
And that's it. So Claire, who is our poster child for the movie, poor girl. And what a fucking, I'm surprised they let that pass. Like they let that fly in the poster. It's a plastic bag over her head, and she's sitting in a rocking chair. And you see it so many times in the movie, and it's pretty fucking powerful.
So I have a theory on that. And my theory is this. This
idea.
movie, where's the rating on this movie? Is this unrated? Your rating, where's the, rated R, right? So this movie is rated R, right? Which means in order, especially in the 70s and 80s, like there is a lot of blood left on the cutting room floor from some of these iconic movies because the MPAA wouldn't rate your movie. You get an NC-17.
There's barely any blood in this.
Yeah, well, but I think the reason for that is because we go back to that extremely disturbing image of a young girl with a plastic bag over her head. Over and over and over and over again. That I would bet that the MPA was like, you're gonna have to cut a bunch of shit out, or we're not gonna rate your movie. And I bet they were like, we want that poster image, we want that really disturbing image.
So we'll give everything else
something
up.
Persistent. So we'll give up. We'll be suggestive for the rest of it. That's my theory, at least. That's how I see it going as a producer.
I like it,
but I think it was very effective. Like I found myself a couple times being like, oh man, I could have done to see a little more of the killings, but the effectiveness and the disturbingness of seeing that girl in the rocking chair in the attic is fucking dark.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And then when he's like rocking it himself, you just see his hand rocking the chair, and you're like, oh,
no good, no bueno.
Let's see. Oh my god. This is hilarious. Margot Kidder remembered shooting the film as being fun. I really bonded with Andrea Martin filming in Toronto and Ontario. Olivia Hussey was a bit of an odd one. She was obsessed with the idea of falling in love with Paul McCartney through her psychic. We were a little hard on her for things like that. Oh my God. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, let's go back to this Claire's corpse. Okay. According to Griffin,
Who's Griffin? The bird?
Claire. No.
Oh, okay.
Claire. According to Griffin, where is that? It was, oh, the shot was accomplished in only a couple takes. Her death scene. Her character's surprise as the killer lunges from the closet was genuine, as the actress later recalled. It was a total shock because I didn't really know when to expect him to jump out. And that, I was like, oh, no. So you see him through like dry cleaning bags in the closet. Ugh. And I was like, nope. Gross. And then he like jumps out and I was also scared and I was like, nope. But so well done. Shots of her corpse in the rocking chair required her to wear an actual plastic bag over her head for extended periods of time.
Oh my God.
She would also state that these scenes came relatively easy for her. I was actually and still am a fairly good swimmer, so I could hold my breath for a long time, and I could also keep my eyes open for a long time without blinking.
Fuck.
Good on you, girl.
Good on you, mate. I mean, I'll tell you, as like as someone who has once put plastic over an actor's face for a shot, it's not a fun thing to do. Like, I did the special effects. I think I mentioned this like a short many years ago, and we only got one take on it because the thing had to be shot. It was 8mm or 16mm film, and you had to be all in camera editing. So you had to shoot the movie in sequence, and then you scored it later. There's no audio to the movie other than the score. And the guy that gets murdered, our friend GQ from Drumline, he's covered naked head to toe in cellophane, and the jealous husband hits him in the head with a rock and the thing fills up. So I've got G wrapped from ankle all the way up, naked except for like a cup, like something to like a sock covering his genitals, wrapped.
Oh my goodness.
Head to toe. And then I've got, when we're ready to shoot that scene, I've got the cellophane from here to here completely wrapped around his head and his neck. So all that's open, and this is how I did it, all that was open for him was his nose and his mouth. And then when it came time to shoot, we were like, okay, like here we went through like, say, like, here's what you're gonna do, like sit up, you know, if you can't breathe, we'll rip it off. Like I knew, like I crimped the edges so I knew right where to grab to pull the mouthpiece off. I was feeding blood into the top of the mask, but it was scary. Like, as someone doing this, like you are stopping that person's ability to breathe for a short period of time, and that is a scary fucking thing to do.
It was also scary for bystanders who thought you were actually committing murder.
Yeah,
and
they sure
got the cops called.
They sure did. about 10 of Santa Monica PD's finest rolling up with guns drawn on our little 4-man movie shoot. That was some scary shit. Lucky we didn't get shot that day.
I'm sorry I wasn't there, because what a great story.
Yeah, it was a wild day. They were so pissed off. We used the old we're film students line. We go to Santa Monica College. We're film students. This is for our film project. And they were like, oh, yeah, well, there we go. You guys, and you're done. We were like, we're done. That was it. The movie's over. We're done. We had like 4 more scenes to shoot, but none of them involved murder. They were just driving around looking scary.
Shooting in Hollywood.
Oh my God. What a fucking nightmare. But yeah, so like to put a bag over someone's head, you know, that's some scary business. It's scary stuff.
No doubt.
Yeah.
There was a sound, because I really wanted to compliment the sound editing, the Foley in this as well, because that also really added to the unsettling factor. But here in post-production, on Wikipedia, it says the composer of the film score, Carl Zitterer, stated in an interview that he created the mysterious music by tying forks, combs, and knives onto the strings of the piano to warp the sound of the keys.
That's insane.
Like,
I love that shit. It's so good.
It worked, sir. It worked.
Yeah. Well, then just the layering too, like, you know, like the phone calls coming from the house where that's an audio mix. Like that's obviously not one person doing all those voices and everything like that. That's a bunch of people in the studio making a sound, and it's so fucking effective, man. It sounds like there's 4 people in the room. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. He said he would also distort the sound further by recording it onto an audio tape. If you are too young to know, before there were MP3s, are they still called MP3s? Before there was digital music.
I don't think anyone even buys digital music anymore. People just have Spotify accounts.
Before there was streaming, there was digital music / MP3s. Before that, there were CDs. Before that, there were cassette tapes.
Yeah, and if you go back even further, you'll get into like records and
8-track.
8-track, you know, which we'll never talk about.
Anyway, the audio for the disturbing phone calls was performed by multiple actors, including, it says Mancuso. They must have said Mancuso earlier, so I'm not sure who that is. And director Bob Clark. Mancuso stated in an interview that he stood on his head during the recording sessions to compress his thorax and make his voice sound more demented. It worked. Yeah, thank you, Mancuso. Did.
Yeah, there it is. There's the proof. The proof is in the pudding.
The proof is in the upside down pudding.
It's there. It's there, baby.
And it was also released under Warner Brothers changed the title for the U.S. release to Silent Night, Evil Night. Isn't there a movie called Silent Night, Deadly Night?
Yes, there
or
sure is.
Am I crazy?
Nope, you're not crazy at all.
Okay.
There is absolutely a movie called Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think there's a whole franchise actually based around it.
Silent Night, that's in 1984. Okay. Well, that's also a Christmas movie. Look at that. It's got a Santa Claus on it. Anyway, we're here to talk about Black Christmas. If you haven't seen it, this is going to be another one I'm going to have to buy physical media whenever you can, if you can. This is one I want. This is one I want on Blu-ray for sure.
Oh yeah, it definitely belongs on the movie shelf for sure. For certain, this is one of those movies.
But
if you are gonna go watch this again, like multiple trigger warnings in this movie.
Oh
like,
yeah,
this is some bad stuff going on in this movie. It's real nasty.
Very,
so,
very adult content.
Be careful out there.
So it is currently, if you haven't seen it yet and you do want to see it, it is currently on Shudder. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Shudder, right, TJ? Is that correct?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I think I pay for Shudder and Prime.
Oh, you do it separately.
But you can get you can watch Shudder through it depends if you have like a Fire Stick. Like it's all proprietary.
Gotcha.
Nonsense.
I can't find any Blu-rays right now for the there we go. Black Christmas Collector's Edition. Or try and get it from a local store. It's always good to support local stores as well.
Yeah, if you happen to be one of the lucky few people in this country that still has video stores in your town.
Well, there's also
have them order it. They'll do it.
Exactly.
They'll order it for you. You're going to pay $40 for it, but well worth it to keep that video store open. Like if there was a video store
if you're able
here,
to,
I'd buy all my DVDs from them, and they'd all be fucking $50, and it'd be well worth it.
But also, I know Barnes and Noble is a big, it's a big chain as well. But there's also some bookstores who have access to ordering, or you can find a lot of online, smaller video dealers and stuff like that. It is currently on the Bezos site if you order from there and are interested.
Bezos Graham.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to put that in. Yes. So 2 thumbs up. I love that
Jeffrey
song.
Bezos owns Twitch. We are on an Amazon site right now.
We sure are. Oh, that's right. Because you can subscribe with Prime.
Yeah.
For free.
Big Daddy Bezos, baby. I hope he's listening. I hope he's in chat right now, and he gives us a bunch of money.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's gonna happen.
Not to do anything, just hands it out. He's sends us a fucking FedEx package filled to the brim with $1 million bills.
No.
Or just like a big check, like a giant check that an actual account number on it.
What did we watch last week?
A Christmas Horror Story?
Oh, because I was like, I want to see, because I was like, I know I said I wanted to add that one to my physical media collection as well. So we'll take a look.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't seen it and you are able to get past all of these trigger warnings and not incredibly bloody, but still definitely violent and a wee bit vulgar. Although the good news is you can't always hear everything he's saying. You can just be totally creeped out by it.
Yeah, but when you do hear what he's saying, it's pretty nasty.
It's very powerful.
Yeah, it's a lot of the C word.
He loves that word.
A lot of talk of male genitalia and female genitalia.
He calls them pigs a lot too.
Yeah, it's bad. Like it's bad. Like fuck, man. But again, you got to look at movies like Last House on the Left, like that pushed the envelope on the fucking treatment of women and like, because it's just something like, when you get to like the Friday the 13th and stuff, it's kind of equal carnage on both ends, but you in the 70s, man, like the exploitation of women in the 70s was fucking bananas. And these types of movies are like that. Like, they don't hold back, man. It's some dirty language.
But it's also fair to say that so much of this, I mean, yes, there was exploitation for exploitation's sake or to sell a movie, but let's be real. There has long been a history of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this is not, they're not pulling the shit out of their asses. Violence against women has been such a problem for such a long time, and this is we're uncomfortable, and it's like, oh my gosh, how dare you say that? But I mean, like, this shit happened in the 50s and the 60s and the 40s, and still happens. You know what I mean? Like, it's been going on forever and ever. So I think it's important to make that connection, to realize that even though we're horrified by some of these things, and maybe some people might be clutching their pearls, might be too much for them, which is all well and good, but let's not forget that a lot of it is rooted in reality, and it's a problem that we need to very consciously and actively fight.
I agree 100%. And like I said, you saw, maybe I would argue, maybe even very likely in a more serious and awful way, Last House on the Left, its predecessor 2 years earlier in 1972, was like fucking disturbing. It's really dark, and it's really psychologically fucked up. But that was it. Like, once that gate gets open in cinema, there's all it is just people riding that wave, like you said with the Halloween, and then next thing you knew, you had a whole stable worth of directors and writers coming out with
an entire slashers. Genre like is created genre. Like, love it. Like, it's pretty fabulous. But yes, I'm gonna say it again, 2 thumbs up, highly recommend, watch it. It's a really wonderful thing to look back on and realize how much it's done for cinema and for the industry, and to be able to appreciate it still today, I feel like is such a win. Like, it's timeless. Things can be still be held in high regard, and you can be like, well, it was good because obviously it did a lot, but I it's not really, it doesn't really hold up. This one holds up for me. Like, holy shit.
I'd agree with that 100%. Do you have a favorite part of the movie, D?
Oh, yikes. I think that, fuck that guy. When she goes upstairs to check on Phil and Barb, and he like says something from behind the door, and then it zooms in on his eye. Like, it's one of the pictures on the internet. Like, you can see his eye, and he's just saying like creepy shit. And I'm like, oh God. I mean, that was good. That was very powerful and super unsettling, and I didn't like it, but I
100%.
liked it.
Yeah, I think
You?
for me it's the POV stuff, like any of the POV stuff. Maybe that original, like the shot at the top of the POV, like just to kind of get you ready for it,
Mm-hmm.
for what you can expect in the movie the rest of the time. But beyond that, I think just like the I think my favorite shot in the movie is at the very end when we realize, spoiler alert, the killer was not Paul, and our lead actress has just murdered the father of her unborn child. Um,
In self-defense, she thinks.
and she thinks, I hope. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to pin that on that kid, all the murders. But we realize that the killer is still alive. He's still in the house, and no one has thought to look in the attic. And we're in the attic, and we
And
get one
discover the
more
bodies.
shot of the body with the bag over the face, and then it just pulls out, and you see the body was
Uh-uh.
sitting in a fucking window the whole time, like the whole time. If
Uh-huh.
you were to step back far enough from the house, you might have seen a fucking face with a bag over it. And there, it's just
Wait,
this slow crane shot at the end that's showing the wide, and it's where the credits roll on. And oh my god, it's such a fucking intense shot.
so I think it would be fair to say that that's a nice psycho nod, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, sure,
Rocking
yeah, absolutely,
chair
rocking
in the
chairs and
window,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
female figure, not a mother, but he also kind of talks about himself in the third person.
yeah, he calls himself
Um,
Billy. It's
yeah,
Billy.
yeah. I don't
Was that the
like it.
name of her boyfriend? That was the name of her boyfriend.
No, her boyfriend's name was Chris.
Okay.
Although Universal Warner Brothers did want to change the ending, and they wanted Chris to tell Agnes. Who was Agnes though? They wanted Chris to tell Agnes, um don't tell them what we did before he killed her. And the director was like, no, we want to keep it more ambiguous. Who was Agnes? Let me look.
Agnes?
Yeah, there is no Agnes.
I mean, I
maybe
don't see an
maybe Agnes
Agnes.
is one of his personalities.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
um Before he kills her, yeah, I don't know. Because Jess, Olivia Hussey, the main character, her name was Jess.
Yeah.
And then I also love that everybody at the end just left a crime scene, an active crime scene,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the survivor just left her sleeping in bed. And I'm like, you guys are terrible at your job.
Yeah, there were some awful bad police officers there at the precinct in town.
Yeah.
weren't
Although,
uh, weren't weren't very good. Denise, what? What is
can
it?
we just talk about now? I know some of you youngins might not know, a landline was connected. It was inside the house. You didn't have one of these to walk around with. You were tethered to your house,
Yeah.
and at this time they probably didn't even have call waiting,
Oh
which
no,
goes beep. That was another call coming in. So if somebody was on the phone, you got a busy signal, and you couldn't talk to them until they were done.
that's it.
Um,
No messages. You just had to try back
yeah, try
and try back later.
at a later time. I gotta say, I really got a fucking kick out of them tracing the phone call. I mean, not
Oh
only did
man.
she have to keep him on the phone for like 10 minutes, he's physically running around the telephone company. He's physically tracking the call to
Yeah.
see where it's originating from. And that really tickled me. And I was also fascinated by it. I was like, holy shit, that's how they did it before. All right.
Yeah, and then he gets it and he like plugs the phone in, and it reminds you that like before we had things like satellites and cell towers and things of that nature, there were operators that would physically remove a cable and plug it into another cable, like switchboard operators who would fucking be like, "Hey, number 7 wants to call number 13." Okay, well, seven's on the line asking to be connected via the operator, the switchboard operator, to number 13. So then they'll, okay, I'm going to unplug you now and plug you into 13. And then boop, they'd unplug theirs and boop, plug it back in. Oh, yeah, floppy, you got it. But yeah, like, you know what I mean? Just like Like that,
I
like
love
what a
it.
wild job that must have been. Just like sitting at your desk, smoking cigarettes, drinking bourbon, I assume, and just like, the operator, it's like, put me at number 23. Hold please,
Operator,
and
how can I
click
transfer your call?
ring 23. It's fucking wild.
It's
The leaps and bounds we've come in technology over the last several years is bananas.
I love it. Love it.
Love this journey. Love this journey
Love
for
this
us.
journey.
Well, Denise, do you have any final closing thoughts here on Black Christmas before we start to wrap things up?
Um,
Wrap things up
aha.
because it's
That's
the
a Christmas
holidays.
joke.
Get it? Christmas puns.
Love it.
You're all getting
Um,
puns for Christmas. Don't open until Christmas morn.
I don't think so. I'm just like looking at these goofs, and that's interesting. But yeah. Oh shoot, get out of here. Get out of here. Um, I don't know. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was fabulous, and I want everybody to see it if you can get past all
If you
the
could
sad
stomach it.
stuff. Yeah.
I think that's even on the poster art. It's like this
Yeah.
movie that make you sick.
Yeah, 100%. How about you? What are your final thoughts?
I think everything about it, from the acting to the score to the cinematography to the story, is all really well put together. I'm a big fan of this movie. I definitely like it more than I like the remake, which wasn't bad, but this is a very different animal than the remake.
I haven't seen the remake either. Did we see the remake? Did I see the remake? Maybe I have seen it.
I don't know if you did, but I'm sure you did. But yeah, I just really like it. Go watch it. Like Denise said, if you could stomach it, some pretty severe language and some harsh imagery. Yeah, I would go check this one out. Put it on your holiday watch list, and go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it, everybody. That's the show. Denise, where can folks find you on in the world?
Denise Pantoja on the socials, and the Demo Morgan on TikTok. But I've had a rough posting. I've had a rough posting Q4.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of months too.
There's been stuff. We'll talk about it someday.
Yeah. Full disclosure, my mental health has been in real rough shape the last couple months, mostly the last couple of weeks. So thanks for bearing with us, and
thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
When we're up.
Yeah, exactly, right. And yeah, love having y'all here, and love having you hang out with us on this Thursday night.
Mental health is a dick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough road, and just know you're not alone out there. And if anyone ever needs to, talk, we're on the Discord. Happy to chat about it. But yeah, that's it. At TG Rotell, wherever popular internets are sold. We'll be coming back next week with another Beer, Me, and a Christmas Tree. Wednesday nights,
TJ?
all December long, 7 p.m. We're going to be doing Feast of the Seven Fishes. Which is one of my favorites, one of my and Denise's all-time favorites.
Oh, I thought you were doing that on.
Is that not next week? Oh no, it's not.
Is it no? It's the week after.
You're right.
Because it's closer to Christmas Eve.
Oh my God, you're right.
Sorry.
What am I watching next week? Oh, I know what I'm watching next week.
Oh yes, you are.
Silly me. Any Fractured Role fans out there? Our dear friend Lana McKissick will be stopping by next Wednesday on Beer, Me, and a Christmas Tree to talk about her as seen on Hallmark Christmas movie, A Christmas Movie Christmas, which is very quickly became a high-ranking top 5 contender in our Christmas movie list. Lana's fantastic.
Delight.
She's going to be here next week to chat about that for a little bit before we watch the movie. Super excited to have Lana and get to hang out with her for a bit. So be sure to check that out. And then, of course, we'll be back again next week on Thursday night, our new night, with more Blood and Popcorn. I believe the Odd Movie Master, Glenn Akers, will be rejoining us next week. Fingers crossed. Mm-hmm. And you can come and check us out. We'll be posting on the socials what the movie's going to be, so you can hopefully watch beforehand and join us in the conversation here in chat. But yeah, until then, take care of yourselves. Drink your water.
Drink your water.
Take your meds if that's a thing that you do. It's a thing I do. So yeah, just take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves, and be kind to each other. And happy holidays. Ho, ho, ho.
Thanks for joining us.
We will catch you next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good night.